If you like high performance sailing, then you are going to love this. This is a Shogun 43, it's built in Sweden, and this is all about high performance sailing. It's a full carbon build, and it's designed to meld speed and comfort. So although it performs kind of like a race boat really, nonetheless it's not a stripped out racer. So on the inside, as you'll see when we go inside in a minute, it's all quite comfortable and quite cozy really. So we'll step on here. You've got the rails of course that come across here, so you can enclose this whole area. What's interesting is the hull moulding, normally it comes up to the about sort of this level here, and then there's a top deck section that comes on. On this one they wrap it all the way up and round. It's only really this center section here that goes on then separate to that, so it's super stiff and super light. This boat, when she's sailing in strong winds, can actually get up onto the plane and get up past 20 knots, and that is dramatic. That would be absolutely fantastic on a sailboat, just amazing. We've got the big wheels here, of course. These are carbon fiber, everything's carbon fiber on here, you know. I'll show you a bit more of that when we go inside. We've got of course navigation on here. We've got some of the sail controls on here as well, and then things like engine controls and that sort of stuff is tucked away down here, because of course it's not really about motoring, it's all about sailing. The motor is really only to get you in and out of harbour. Let's head on down inside first of all, and then we'll come up and take a wander around the decks. Now this is what I mean about the fact this is not a stripped out racer. So when you come down here, you're in a nice, comfortable sailboat. So you've got a nice headlining on the ceiling, for example. It's all nice and light and bright. It doesn't feel like you're on some absolute balls out racing machine. It feels really comfortable down here actually. It's quite open plan. They've left this forward section open to the rest of the boat. Look at this carbon fiber mast that comes right down through the whole boat, right down to the keel, which is also carbon fiber. That, where they've got that all sort of polished and finished, looks just fabulous. Got hull windows on here as well as the deck windows, so again plenty of light. And we've also got some pretty decent hatches in here as well. Look where they've done this across here, so it all feels bright. You don't feel like you're buried down here at all. That's really nice. If we come right up forward then, we've got the double bed up here in the bow. Hanging lockers here. And here. And you can see how the table unfolds, so you can drop that out to twice its size for dining. But that's a nice space, isn't it? Let's come on back. Got rails about the place, very handy. Obviously when you're doing some serious speed, you need that kind of thing if you're moving around down here. Galley down here as well, of course. So the twin sinks, the gimbaled cooker. Top loading refrigeration, very helpful in a sailing boat, because of course you don't want to open the door and have everything flying out. A bit more space in there for the Mars bars. Priorities. It's a boat show. Drawers here. You know what drawers look like. This feels really super solid though. What's interesting about this is the fact that it looks really solid and it feels really solid. This is really lightweight cord wood. They showed me some of it earlier, and it almost feels like paper. It's so light. It's incredible. And of course that's all part of the ethos of high performance, because you get the boat as light as possible, it'll go as fast as possible. Double bed in here. Again, bits of storage about the place. And doors that come across. And then the same sort of deal over here. And then finally you've got the heads. That's in here. Got the sink. And look at this carbon fibre toilet. Remarkable. You can have a shower in there if you want to as an option. This boat doesn't have it, but it's available. And then finally engine. Now of course the engine is really just an auxiliary. Oh, there's a little button to press, hang on. There we go. That's got it. This is just an auxiliary to get you in and out of harbour. This is all about sailing. And because it's such a lightweight boat, you only need a little engine to push it along. So that's a 30 horsepower Volvo Penta. In fact, it is a D130. There we go. It's like a little sewing machine in there, isn't it? Fantastic. Good. Let's go and take a look around the deck. There we go. We come right out here. Because that engine is so small, it leaves space for a big storage area out here. Look at this. And in fact, you can see some of the carbon construction in here too. And another thing I think is quite clever is these little sections here, which I thought initially were lockers, but they're not. The idea of these is they do this. There we go. You might think, what's the point of that? Well, the point of that is that when the boat's heeling over that way and you're using this helm, it gives you a flatter area to stand on. It's quite nifty, isn't it? There we go. That's a sleek looking machine, isn't it? Let's head up here. Slab reefing on this one, and there's that enormous carbon fibre rig. That's just superb. Let's head on forward. We've got the lines all aft back to here. This is Kevlar rigging. It's all super strong stuff and super modern. And we can come right up forward. Those hatches that we saw over the cabin. And then right up to the bow, we've got roller furling on this one. You can have self-tacking if you want to. That's what this chap here is for. And then you've got the bowsprit on here as well, so you can put the sails right up on the front there, so like a Code Zero or something could go up there. And then finally up here, another huge storage area. Excellent. I love these cleats. Look how these cleats are like this, and then when you use them, you flip them over like that and put your lines around them, as this one is. And the reason they do that is because with all these various bits of rigging and bits and pieces around the boat, what you don't want is a rope catching on it and getting caught. So the idea of this is that when they're in that position, a rope would just sail straight over them. It's clever, isn't it? So there we go. It's a quick tour of a very exciting boat, but that really is about the size of that. I am going to say massive thanks to Shogun Yachts for giving me access to that one. Massive thanks as ever to you guys for watching, but let me know what you think of that in the comments, and we'll catch you on one of these real soon. Take care. Bye bye.